Joining me now is Jordan Trimble, President and CEO at Skyharbour Resources. We see you again. We do this again. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good to be back.
It's always great to advance the story because you've always got irons in the fire, as you like to say, things happening. So let's start with Russell Lake. Inaugural drilling program results are out. You're planning a winter drill program. So what are some of the highlights from the results, and then what are you planning next?
Yeah, so look, Russell Lake, it's a co-flagship project. We did the deal with Rio Tinto last year. Spent the first few months getting the permits. We signed an exploration agreement with the English River First Nation. We finally started drilling it earlier this year. Completed 9,600 meters in a first pass inaugural drill program, mostly focused at what's called the Grayling target area. So this is a 2.2 kilometer long conductive corridor, several conductive corridors in kind of the central part of the project, right beside the camp that's there. As you know, this is there's infrastructure at the project, a road, power lines in, a 40-person exploration camp, which brings our costs down. So we did a fair bit of the 9,600 meters to about 2/3 of it at the Grayling target area. And this is a target that's mineralized. There's widely spread mineralization over what was about 800 or 900 meters. We've expanded that to well over a kilometer now. But most of this drilling was fairly widely spaced historically. So you're looking at 300, 400, 500 meter spacings between the drill fences. And so we tightened that up a little bit. Really the first company to do any kind of systematic drilling at the project. The previous operators, Rio and Hathor, it was more exploratory drilling. So we announced the results from the program last week, including several of the best uranium intercepts ever discovered at the project. We believe we're well on our way to a new, notable, significant high-grade discovery at the project, and hence the follow-up program that we're planning in the next few months, a 4,000 to 5,000 meter winter program that will go basically right back into, in particular, the Grayling target area, but there's several other regional targets at the project as well. So an exciting time for the company with this new project.
Right, it sounds like. And then, of course, the other co-flagship is Moore Lake. You've got a winter drilling program planned there as you move toward a resource estimate. So tell us about the plans.
Yeah, so Moore Lake, we're working on the resource estimate now, and we are planning, in conjunction with the continued drilling at Russell Lake, we are planning some drilling there next winter. They're adjacent projects. We can stage out of Russell Lake for the drilling at Moore Lake. We can move the rig back and forth. This project, again, it's been a flagship of the company for a number of years now. You've got grades as high as 21% U3O8, over 1.5 meters, 6% over 6 meters, and more recently, we've been drilling a little bit deeper into the underlying basement rocks at the Maverick Zone, having announced the highest grade zone of basement-hosted mineralization, 7% over 2 meters, and that's open at depth. So we are going to go back in there. We're going to continue testing the basement rocks and some of the other regional targets of the project as well.
All right, very good. And Jordan, we've talked before about your prospect generator model, the sort of the other side of the business. You've got 8 partners, 9 projects. So going into 24, which of the partners should we be paying attention to in terms of the work they're going to be doing?
Yeah, look, we're going to have a very busy year ahead of us with the prospect generator business, right? So we've got now the 8 partner companies, 2 of which are now joint venture partners, one with Orano at Preston and another with Azincourt at East Preston. We're actually expecting both of those companies, for the first time in years, both of those companies will be carrying out exploration programs at those respective projects in 2024. Of the 6 option partners, we're expecting 3 to 4 of them will be working in the new year at various projects. In fact, we just announced with our partner Tisdale at the South Falcon East project, host to the Fraser Lakes Zone B deposit. They're planning a 2,000 meter winter drill program coming up. We're also expecting drilling and work from the most recent option agreement that we signed with a company called North Shore Uranium at the South Falcon project. Madero Mining at Yurchison, they also are planning a winter program. And at our Man Lake project based in uranium, we're expecting some additional work from them in 2024. So lots of news from these various option partners. And as you pointed out, multiple irons in the fire. If one of them hits, it's a big win for us and our shareholders.
Right, for sure. Now, speaking of the shareholders and the stock, the uranium sector for a while now has been doing well. You say it's in a bull market. It clearly is. So I'm just wondering about how much of the improvement in your stock is the tailwinds from the sector? How much is are people recognizing, look what Skyharbour's got going on? Is specific to the company. Is that difficult to gauge, or I'm just also in terms of people you talk to and what people are telling you?
I'd say it's probably a bit of both, right? I mean, no question, there's tailwinds right now, positive developments in the sector, and we've seen the uranium price move higher. We've seen, in particular, some of the larger cap and mid cap names having moved in recent months, and in particular throughout the year. We're finally now seeing that trickle down into the smaller cap names and the juniors. And look, Skyharbour is uniquely positioned as a really a one-stop shop, if you will, for high-grade uranium exploration and discovery and prospect generation in the Athabasca Basin. So I think the market is, it's waking up to that a little bit more now. That it's very difficult. It'd be very challenging to go out there and expensive to build the asset portfolio that we have. We're one of the largest mineral tenure holders in northern Saskatchewan, with well over 1.2 million acres across 24 projects. And so, I think the market is recognizing the unique project portfolio that we've assembled over the last 10 years, and the news flow, right? I mean, we've, between us and our partner companies, us focused at Russell and Moore Lake, and then the partner companies at these various other projects, it's unique in that we are able to generate a lot of news flow, and it's a very catalyst-rich story.
And it must be gratifying for you, because you helped to put this whole plan together several years ago when uranium was dormant, and now things are really starting to work out. So great stuff. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Thank you.
Okay, Jordan Trimble, President and CEO at Skyharbour Resources.